Buongiorno! Welcome back to the Italian campaign. Last video, a bunch of British ships escaped my forces and landed in Sunderland. 3 battleships. I was hoping to engage those in the open sea, but they got into port, magically teleporting past my battleships, but okay, that's how the game works. And we now find them in a bunch of convoy and battle missions. So let's see if we can sink some of these. Wow, that's a chunky battleship. I think that's a British super battleship, actually, Lord Nelson class. We got the New Mexico, the captured American battleship, and the old San Andrea, one of the older dreadnoughts of the fleet. Now they're stationed in Brest, so they're being called up for these convoy missions. Let's see how that goes. Now, a single transport being escorted by a super battleship. I'm guessing it must be an important transport. Possibly the British gold reserves? Maybe they're trying to ship them out. Maybe they're evacuating Britain, planning to set up a secure base in Norway, maybe, or India. That's the British super battleship. I think we've fought these before, at least a variation of them, and I think these are the ones with very little deck armor. 53-kilometer range. Range is 34 kilometers. Yeah, I've got decent accuracy at that range. Let's drop down to cruising speed. So, if possible, I want to try and make this transport surrender after I kill the battleship. Got plenty of penetration at that range. Just hope the San Andrea survives. So the plan is, if I kill the battleship, I'm gonna turn off my main guns, sail closer to the transport, engage it with the secondaries, and hope I can make it surrender instead of sinking it. For no other reason than I want to pretend it's like the gold reserves or some important cargo. There you go, the 17-inch guns from the Boyardee. Doing some pretty big damage. San Andrea actually blocking those huge 19-inch shells. Tower is out. Oh, there we go, San Andrea with a big damage hit. We're gonna pull the San Andrea off the line. She can survive this. Boyardee should sink the enemy ship. There we go. Okay. Guns off, San Andrea. I'm sorry, you're in a pretty poor state. But, you know, for such an old ship, engaging this huge monster of a British battleship, Oh, she didn't do too bad. And I'm instantly almost regretting sinking this ship. If it had been possible, well, it wouldn't have been, because then it would be impossible for me to get to the transport. But if the circumstances were different, damaging it, retreating from the battle, and then maybe later picking it as a as war operations would be nice. I think I could have made this battleship very good with refits. Not that I really need another big battleship, but it would be nice to have. Anyway, I'll be with you when the Boyardee is on the tail of the transport. Okay, we've caught up with the transport. If I can fire a couple of 17-inch hits, a couple of 17-inch shells into the transport, do some damage, slow it down. That didn't even hit. Okay. There we go. Now get a little bit closer. I've set my shells to AP because I don't want to do too much damage. And I've got my my 3-inch guns. They're on the rear tower. I can't choose to only use my 3-inch guns, because turning the secondaries on will also activate the 5-inch guns. %, crew loss, 40. Yeah, I think we're gonna make it surrender. There we go, surrendered. And we can now pick up the cargo, see what it was. Yeah, San Andrea gonna need repairs for probably a year. That reminds me of an old Shipyard Champions thing we did a while back, where we had to sink a convoy, and we got extra points if we made the transport surrender instead of sinking them. I did something similar. Turned off my main guns and used the secondaries to make it surrender. Another Lord Nelson. This time we got the Balboa. 2 Polyneuro class heavy cruisers. And some Danish boat, which is ancient, I think, because it's American built, and that means it's from before Denmark became my ally, so a long time ago. And just looking at the stats of that ship, I'm guessing probably around 1910. Let's see, let's get this thing out of the division. Look at me, I'm helping. I mean, it's got some armor. It's like... No, even 1910, this would have been not that great. You can just go home. I mean, I appreciate the thought, Denmark, but really. Are we targeting the right ship here? You're not wasting time shooting at the DD or something? No, you are targeting the battleship. That is good, Balboa. Have you been on the thumbnail before? I don't think so. Similar in age to the San Andrea from the previous battle. Although obviously slightly more punchy guns. Better armor. Although how much that armor will matter when you're getting pelted by 19-inch armor piercing rounds, that is debatable. No, Balboa. I did not tell you to switch your main guns to the DD and secondaries to the battleship 40 kilometers away. That makes no sense. Cruisers are targeting the DD now. We're scoring some pretty sizable hits, but we're also taking fire from that battleship. But I think that fire will not be taken anymore because this guy just had a flash fire. Still some shells in the air from just before she opened fire, but that's okay. So, good job, Balboa. Let's see. Are you still firing? Yeah, she's still firing. Or is that the secondary guns? No, that is definitely not a secondary gun. So she still has effective guns. That is not good for Maria Theresa. Okay, I was confident the enemy battleship guns were silenced, but no, they are still very loud. I think that's the end of Maria Theresa. Possibly. She's still afloat. Can we kill this battleship before she puts too many new salvos into Maria Theresa? Yeah, she still has her guns operational. Well, some of them. And she put them to use on Pisa now. Dull. Yeah, I would not have gotten that close if I knew those guns were still very much operational. Now she has no more main gun. Now destroyed another main gun. And there she goes. But that was unfortunate for the Pisa. Maria Theresa is not looking too good. But she's not gonna sink. She has enough buoyancy, so she can just go here and start picking up survivors. And Balboa will join her once the convoy is sunk. That was a big mistake on my end, assuming the flash fire had taken out all of the enemy main gun ammo. Maria Theresa avenging her her sister with her one remaining main gun turret. There's the white turret still operational too. Looks like it's not completely broken. It doesn't matter because she can't really fire off her beam. That much flooding. Okay, the Pisa went down over here. One transport left. Still though, we sank a 3.5 billion battleship. That's not too bad. Send the cruisers in to deal with the transports. Turned out to be a bad idea. I should have let the Balboa completely sink the battleship first. G surrendered. The other three were sunk. G for gold, maybe? Okay, we got some more here. Battle and ambush. Fiuma, another Polyneuro class, recently refit, as was the one we just lost, so much for that refit. Although again, 19-inch guns, what can you do, right? Europa class heavy cruiser. Let's give it a go. Alright. Let's see here. I've got a DD and a heavy cruiser. Fiuma and Filomena. That's one of my very expensive DDs. She's got non-defective guns and a lot of very good torpedoes. Let's see if we can put the torpedoes to use. Get an opening volley out. Maybe if we're lucky, strike that heavy cruiser. Although again, torpedoing a single cruiser is not really that easy. They got a good chance of avoiding. Fume is furiously opening up. There you go, torpedo range. Get those torps in the water. There we go. Torpedoes are in the water. Let's just keep sailing in the same heading. Hoping we do not make the enemies change course. Actually, if we keep sailing in the same heading, they're gonna turn to match. That's not good, so we're gonna turn about. Try to make them still come towards that swarm of torpedoes. It is kind of working. But again, it's gonna be really down to luck. If any of them hit, they might. Oh, they didn't. They did not hit. That is the light cruiser. Or the DD. That is the heavy cruiser. Keep the main guns on the heavy cruiser. Secondaries on the DD. And this would be the light cruiser. Okay. But we're punching some pretty nasty holes into that heavy cruiser, so even if the torpedoes missed, it looks like we're doing okay. Natal. That's actually a very sensible armor layout. It's a very sensible looking cruiser, actually. Again, for an AI design. We got some pretty good 9-inch... Oh no, wait. Not pretty good. They are defective. No accuracy past 20,000 meters, so that 30 kilometers AP range is just for show. Yeah, 57 caliber length. Even with 2 powder 3, that is... the game thinks that, nope, that kind of missile velocity, not allowed. It's a shame, because otherwise this is good. I mean, it's a shame for them. I'm not too sad that my cruiser is pretty safe from return fire. Cruiser is dead. Well, the heavy cruiser is dead. Light cruiser remains. Let's load HE for that one because it doesn't have any armor. I think we can pen it with HE. Looks like we can. Maybe not. .6 4 belt, 0.6 off belt. I should easily be able to pen that with HE. Then again, it's the angle thing also. Okay, back to auto. Punch some holes with AP then. That's what you want to do. There we go. Flooding. Dead. DD is left. Which has survived a lot of 5-inch and 4.2-inch hits. 0.6 inches of armor is actually making a difference. But does not help her, not keep her safe from 11-inch guns. Alright. Next. Alright. Ambush. 7 DDs versus a Lord Nelson class. One of mine. The expensive Cesare Rosarol class. And a bunch of Danish ones. Some of them being very old American DDs. So we're gonna do some organizing here at the start of the battle. If possible, I would like to just land maybe some torpedoes, damage it, and get out. And if it helps me sacrifice the American DDs, well, by American DDs I mean American built DDs, to achieve that, Noah. Yeah, we got 2 Americans here. You can just do your own thing. And we got the Angelo Bassini, Augusto Riboti. You guys are 41 knot DDs with very long range torpedoes. You guys are 39 knot DDs. Oh, we got one here too. 3 39 knot DDs. With okay torpedoes. Well, some of them. We got these 2. Can I make the Granatiere the division leader here? I probably should. There we go. Because she's in front. Oh, here Noah is the division leader. Oh, that's okay. That is okay. Let's see what we can do with this. And the battleship is behind here. The light cruiser is coming right for us. Why are you reducing speed? Come on. That's what you get for initially being in division with those ancient boats. None of these have defective guns. That's good. Let's put the guns on the light cruiser first. Save the torpedoes for the battleship. What kind of torpedoes do these guys have? 8.4 kilometer, 10.1 kilometer. This is gonna hurt. Yeah. Cool off Abralsi, you can just launch those torpedoes now. You can also get out of the division. Actually, if possible, you can launch at the battleship. Before sinking. Could not do that. It's okay, I forgive you. Torpedoes, that was shift, right? Let's have the Angelo launch at the battleship and the other one launch at the cruiser. Get in too close to one another. Okay, shift for torpedo launch. Augusto Ributi not looking too good. At least the Mercury is also not looking too good. We could hit some of those torpedoes. That would be nice. And it's actually looking fairly good. Floyd B. Parks, you can actually detach from that damaged Noah and speed up and try to do something useful. In fact, you're both gonna try and do something useful with that light cruiser. Doubtful that something can happen there, but maybe. Oh, looks like this poor battleship is getting swarmed. Like so. One torpedo. One more. Another one. We're gonna get this one too. No, it exploded in the water. There we go. Lord Nelson. Heavily damaged. That's gonna put her in port for a while. Although she still has quite a hefty bite. And as I recently learned, don't discount them until they're dead. If I can just sink this this cruiser, then I do not have enough pen to go through its light armor. No, 0.8 inches at the thinnest. Actually have torpedoes out from Floyd B. Parks. And Noah, just before sinking. There she goes. Might get some hits on that light cruiser as well. We might. No. She evaded. Sadly, she does not have a damaged rudder, despite all that damage is taken. The rudder is not amongst the damaged components. Granatiera and Generale are still motoring around at 40 knots. Lord Nelson is still afloat. Lord Nelson is not firing. Does she not have the accuracy to hit my... never mind. Once again, I spoke too soon. Discounting the status of the enemy main guns. Can we just make the Mercury surrender? And then the question is, wait until my torpedoes reload and go for the Nelson again, or just get out. Is that my DD or the Danish one? That is actually mine. So you're gonna retreat. Can't you get out though with 2 damaged engines and also flooding? It's up to Grenadier now. Now I think I have no option but to sink the Lord Nelson. Or just escape with the Grenadier, but that's a Danish boat. I want mine to survive. Let's see, Lord Nelson is doing 23 knots. The Generale Marco Prestinari is only doing 21.2 knots. So she can no longer escape. Set my torpedoes to aggressive, so as soon as they are reloaded I can send a swarm towards the Lord Nelson. So 2.9% crew loss on Mercury, but we're down to AP now. There you go, torpedoes out. And you have also launched, but not all of them. There you go, last torpedoes. Heading out. You can retreat. We almost got the Lord Nelson with another torpedo. Almost got the Mercury as well, but changed course. Angelo Bassini is dead. We were so close to sinking the Mercury. 2% more crew loss, and she would be dead. Hang on, there are more torpedoes in the water. May or may not kill or hit. Mercury has detected the torpedoes. That's partly why I wanted to sink her. That, and she's kind of expensive. Oh, Lord Nelson evades yet more torpedoes. At least it's a good thing they're chasing after the Granatiera and not my DD. Let's see if we can get the end battle thing to pop up. Now, the game is probably going to count this as a defeat. But really, the only DD I sent is still alive. And the good DD that the Danes lent me is basically undamaged. And we put the super battleship Lord Nelson in port for repair for I don't know how long. Probably quite a while. So all in all, I'm not too unhappy with this. Let's see. I'm just going to pause it until we get the end battle thing. And there we go. Yeah, it's counted as a defeat. But again, Callaghan class DD, Herndon class DD. Yeah, these are quite ancient. Alright, that was it for battles in April of 1953. Let's see, can we get some kind of battles with the French here? They're assembling here. Okay. Okay, France. Let's see if we can get a fight. Oh, they have a battleship too. One single French battleship. Do I have a spare battleship somewhere that I can send to engage, or a battle cruiser? I mean, I got this fleet. It's a 40,000 ton battleship. That's not that big. Let's send Littorio. Yeah, let's send Littorio. Supported by... we only have Cesareros are all class DDs. What about a Farnese class heavy cruiser? Yeah. Yeah, let's fight a French battleship. I wonder what it looks like. If it's decent or just garbage. Can I also initiate an invasion of Northeast England? If I haven't already, I don't remember. Yeah, there we go. Northeast England. 300,000 tons. Should be doable. If I'm lucky, the invasion pops up here around Hull, so I can double invade. Alright, let's go. Alright, I'm blockading Britain. Admiral's getting warned. Port's getting struck. And here we go, Littorio versus Cervellante class battleship. 11-inch guns. 24 knots. I mean, it's obviously a very modern ship, having 200% armor quality. Modern as in built recently. But that's all about the good things I can say about it. Let's see, Malachi. I guess you can just hang around in the back. Let's take a look at this boat. Again, that does not look bad. Just the general layout of it actually looks very good. Aside from some slight secondary weirdness going on. You almost mistake this for a human designed modernized dreadnought. Well, I don't think a human would put 11-inch guns though on a battleship in 1952. I don't think it has a lot of armor because we're doing decent damage with HE. Or maybe it does have a lot of armor and my ships are loading HE because AP cannot penetrate. That might be the thing. You know, we're doing some damage, but it's not like full penetrations. Oh, it's partial pens. Never mind. This is effective. And even the 6-inch guns on the Littorio are opening up now. That is a good looking ship. And main guns should be firing again now. Getting partial pens on the main gun. What happens if I were to load AP? Do we penetrate or ricochet? No. I think if I want to use AP, I need to get further out so I can start getting deck penetrations. At around 35 kilometers is where I pass 10 inches of deck pen with my AP shells. Of course, we don't know what kind of armor this thing has. Killing a lot of crew with my secondaries. Bad thing with an ABX turret layout is if I want to extend the range, get further out, I end up with only my X turret, the one in the back, being able to fire. Kilometers, so we are opening up the range. Of course, the other option is to just get even closer and go through the there you go, identified. What is the best option here? 10 inches of belt armor, 10.4 main belt, 10.6 fore and aft. Main deck is 13.4 inches. Okay, I think we're abandoning the deck penetration plan, because I cannot pen that. Maybe past 40,000 meters. It doesn't show me, but it should be going up to 48 kilometers. But no, I think we're getting closer. We're gonna close in and go through the belt armor instead. Two powder one. It's quite affordable though for a battleship, but then again, I don't think I would pay much more than this for a ship like that. Mostly because of the light main guns. If I were to capture this as war operations, what would I do? First of all, I'd up the main gun firepower. Give it at least 14-inch guns, preferably 15s. And reduce a lot of the armor. Increase the main belt, but reduce everything else. Also increase the speed. If possible, what do you have? What kind of engines do you have? Turbo electric. But I don't think taking this alive is an option. I think we're just gonna sink it. There we go, the ship is now loading AP and going through those belts. While I was yapping about, the Cervellante took some pretty big hits. More flooding hits, and she's going down. Don't think... no, she cannot fix that. Nope. Good job, Littorio. Not bad for an almost mostly historical ship. Alright. Sadly, we did not get... oh wow, Britain, your transports. was I about to say? Yeah, sadly we did not get to fight the French light cruisers. Maybe next time? No, because they've been fighting the British, haven't they? Or have they? Also, the British have discarded the Lord Nelson class battleship, or at least their latest refit of it, so taking one alive and refitting it is probably not an option. And this is going to be complete next turn, so these ships can join in that invasion. Littorio and Veloce can certainly rejoin their fleet. Why are you going around there? Okay. Okay. We've taken Venezuela. That is nice. So the super battleships will move up here. Well, they came too late to actually do something about the British Navy when it still existed. What are these? Bastardas? Yeah. You can go to La Rochelle. While the Geo Scotties Puerto Cabello or this port. They're both bigger than Colon and Balboa. Yeah, let's send them here. And they can just sit there, I guess. 2 months remaining here, 100% chance to succeed. Also taking southern China, which is still funny to me that we're taking it by land. Also, yeah, that's not going to be great for my unrest if my army takes a bunch of land, but I think we can make do. We can offset that by succeeding with naval invasions. In fact, the super battleships. These guys. Let's send them right outside of Sunderland. So they can bombard it. Because the British still have that battleship there. Which might get repaired sometime. Anyway, that's it. That's it for this episode. Next time, I think we're gonna design some new DDs. I think it's time to... Do I still have Euro class DDs? I do. 1952 refits. Okay, they are quite recent. Which task force do you belong to? These guys? Oh, Pontiere. Do I have Euro class DDs in this information here and just forgot about it. Zasada. No. North Sea. But where? Pontiera, Euro. They're not all in North Sea. No, one is in North Sea, 3 in Southeast Asia. Okay. That makes more sense. Yeah, the other 3 are here. Mixed in with 1 Indomitable class. Okay. I see how it is. My bad. I misinterpreted the information. Basically, I didn't read. But that's it for this episode. Goodbye, and take care.